Hi everybody, it's Lauren Brown, also known as Raggedy Royal on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and now YouTube. And today we're going to be doing this brown, warm cut crease. I don't know what I'm going to call this, but it's all black owned. Happy Black History Month. I originally did this makeup look for my Q&A video that I posted 2 videos ago. And I asked my community tab if I wanted to see a tutorial. Y'all said yes. So here I am. Delivering. Yes. If you learn anything along the way, you like this video, you like me, you like the brands, you just feeling generous, give this video a like. It's very helpful, and subscribe down below so you don't miss any of my other videos. Before we get into the tutorial, please make sure that you're doing your eyes before your face. It's just easier to do your eye makeup before your face makeup, because if there's any fallout from your eye makeup, you can wipe the face off, and yeah, it's nothing underneath it. If you have to wipe your base off and do it twice, that's annoying. So do your eyes before your base. There is your warning, and let's get right into the video. Okay, so I've already primed my eyes in the spirit of black owned eyes. I used the Beauty Bakerie Instabake 3-in-1 concealer in 013 Disturb the Peace. We're going for a lighter base today, but this is going to be brown eyeshadows, so the lightness of the base doesn't really matter, but it's good practice to always use a light base because it will help your colors come out more true to pan. True to pan means the colors that they are, how they look inside of the eyeshadow pans. Let's get this party started. We're going to start with the colored Raine medium pointed blending brush. So I'm going to go into their new Cam Quad Volume 1 palette, and I'm going to go into Lavish Quad here and a little bit of Vacay Quad. The reason why I mix eyeshadows, or you see me go into one and then go to other, is because I'm trying to get the tone. I want to use the depth of this eyeshadow here, but with a little bit of warmth. So yes, per always, you don't have to have the exact same palettes as me. You can just go into a dark brown and a medium brown and whatever palette you do have. It's cool if you do have these though, because they're black owned. Happy Black History Month. But if you don't, that's cool. Just like every single other YouTube tutorial I do, every other look I do, you don't have to have the exact same products as me, just the same shades. First, I'm going to be taking the colored Raine small angle flat top brush and just patting out that crease concealer, that crease while I was talking, just so that we can have the most smooth base possible. I'm going to tap this off. I'm going to start in the inner corner. Where is your inner corner? That's where your tear duct is. So I'm going to start in the inner corner, and I'm going to make my way out. Now this is a wing cut crease, so it's important that we take some of that concealer and drag it out to prime how far out we're going. It's gonna look a little choppy now. Don't even worry. This is like the sketch. I'm just trying to place where the crease will be. Yes, very nice. So I'm gonna do that on the other eye. I'm going to extend that concealer out. Boom. There is our sketch. It looks a little purple. I don't know what that's about. Next, I'm going to take this ColourPop E23 brush, and I'm going to go into the Classy Quad up here, and the Lit Quad here. Going to blend out that shade. Tell you why it looks so red. Okay, there we go. Much better, much better. What I did was I took this shade here, this brown shade, and this orangish brown shade, a tap of that. Mostly those lighter browns, to get this blend out going. There we go. And we're blending, yeah. Doing the same on the other eye. It may seem like we just covered up that sketching we did for no reason, but that's not true, because one, it shows us where to place. It's really the entire reason why we know where to blend this lighter brown. And two, it added that definition underneath. Plus we'll go back and add more. That's why I did that dark brown shade first, to give us a guideline, so I know what I'm blending out and where. Okay, so now this is where this gets funky. I'm going to be taking out the color Raine Sunset Chic palette. I'm going to be going into shade Sunset and a little bit of shade Evening. So a little bit of yellow and orange. And this is a BH Cosmetics 7 brush. As you can see, as we go up the eye, the eyeshadow brushes are becoming a little bit lighter because you're packing more definition with the brush bristle hairs that are more closely packed together. So the skinnier the brush, that's going to go lower on the eye because that's where we want to pack those heavy dark shades in a very precise and very dark concentrated place. Then as you go up, the more fluffy brushes will help with diffusing, blending of the sort. That's why I use them up near the brow bone. So I'm going to be taking this here and I'm going to be okay, that's way more pigmented than I thought. I'm going to be blending right near the nose, right? Just this little piece right here. Blend and diffuse in the inner corner. We're gonna go back and add some more definition, but I like this little pop of color here. I'm not gonna be taking this brush that has no brand, no name, no origins. Just an orphan. And I'm going to be taking the Cam Quad Value 1 palette again and going into this light shade here. I might have to tap a bit into this one, because I want the depth of this shade, but I like how light this is, but it may not really show up. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of this shade here, basically a cream and a light brown. And I'm going to be blending out the rest of the eye. Oh, that looks just like the orange. Okay, let's go. Okay, we added some more beige, I was about to say. And blending out the rest of the eye. I like the pop of color at the front of the eye, but for this one, I was going for more pop of color here, and then the rest a more classic brown blend out. Also bringing in this beige because, spoiler alert, we will be using it on the lid. So just starting that out there. Blending. This is going to be our transition shade, so it's transitioning us from the browns to, the light shade underneath the eye. I'm going to go back in with my ColourPop E23 and those medium brown shades and just blend that. This is the second step that we did. I'm just going back and blending them again because they've been a little bit trampled on, a little bit diffused from the last couple shades we've added. So I'm just going back and blending in small little circle motions all the way across the crease. Yes, look at that. This is coming together quite nicely. Doing the same on the other eye. Starting at the tear duct and blending it out. Like I said time and time before in every single tutorial, you never just blend something one time, right? So we're going back. We blended this earlier. Now we're going back after blending out the lighter shades to add that depth back into the eye. And guess what? We'll go back and we'll blend those lighter shades again too. That's how blending works. It is a marathon and not a sprint. There we go. Going back in with that BH Cosmetics 7 brush, that yellow and orange, and blending here. Really like the inner fourth, inner fifth of the eye. Now we're taking out that medium pointed blending brush from Color Raine from before and going into that dark brown shade. Aha, see? It looks way less purple when it's blending with the browns. By itself, it was giving purple. Not so much. The darker shade is adding the contrast and definition. That's going to be super important for when we cut the crease. Because when we cut the crease, if there is a dark crease in a light lid, that's going to have that contrast and it's going to make it look super duper sharp. So that's why you add so much depth into the crease so that when you cut underneath it, it looks super clean. Yeah. You know what's coming next? That E32 and those medium browns, blending that out. And as you can see, every time we go back and blend, it's looking more and more harmonious. Of all the colors look like one blend instead of like, oh, I added this brown here and I added that brown there. I don't want it to look like different layers as you know, horizontally go up the eye. I want it to look like a blend. Going in with that unnamed brush, you really just use any fluffy brush, and blending out that beige at the top. I'm blending it out laterally, so I'm blending it out across, so I'm blending it out with that orange, and then I'm blending it out with the shades underneath it. And this is the part where you look and you say, what could be added more? Like I said in my last tutorial, I want y'all to be able to think for yourself. And that sounds condescending, but I mean have the confidence to feel like I know what I'm doing. I can look in my eye and say, nah, this one is a little bit too dark. I just need to blend this out. I know maybe Lauren didn't do this in a tutorial, but she told me, you know, hey, if you need more definition, you're going to add more of that dark shade. If you need more contrast, you add that dark shade. If you want to blend it out, you're going to add those lighter shades. Like she told me that. So I got this. That's what I want for y'all. That's my desire. I'm going to blend the brown a little bit higher just because I know I'm going to cut this crease high because I'm going to be adding liner. So I'm just going to bring it up just a smidge so it doesn't get lost in translation. I already have some concealer on the back of my hand. I'm going to add a little bit more. I like to put it on the back of my hand so that I can distribute it easily. I'm going to be taking this craft brush from Coastal Scents, Recipes Coastal Scents. I do very much miss you, like very much so. And I'm going to start on the inner corner right near the tear duct. So I added a little bit too much onto the brush, so I'm going to just pat this here. You don't want too much on your brush because you add too much wetness into your crease when you open and close your eyes. It's going to be an issue. So I put the excess on the lid because if I open and close the lid, it's not going to be a problem. I think I'm losing my voice, by the way. So if I sound lower in this video, that is why. Boom! I know that was quick, but I always encourage y'all to do the crease nice and quick. I know some people take forever to cut their crease, and it's like, I just do it quick and then fix it up if it messes up later. You know what I mean? Do it like that. And I'm not saying I mess up my crease all the time, but it's just so much more efficient if you just do a quick swipe and then clean it up, rather than trying to go inch by inch by inch where you could still mess it up. And you just wasted all that time. And I just don't think that it's best practice ever to approach makeup with fear. Like, no, fear and apprehension are not going to work in this space. So, as you can see, I'm just adding a little bit more primer. This is so that it is all even and clean because I'm going to be doing a matte eyeshadow today. And when you do a matte eyeshadow, it does snitch on you with the texture underneath it. It does show your foundation underneath, especially because it's a light matte. I also cut it a little bit higher, and that's because I'm going to be adding liner. So I'm really just trying to budget for space. I've done we'll clean that up. I've done a whole tutorial on how to do winged eyeshadow. So if you want a more in-depth tutorial on how to do winged eyeshadow, and then it's also in a different color. So if you want to check that out, I'll put in the cards up above. But a lot of wing cut crease, not problems, but a lot of the wing cut crease strategy is just budgeting space. I'm going to take this Simple Beauty brushes, just like a small ankle brush. Any small brush will work. I'm tapping into that dark brown from before, and I'm just going to go over the crease with a super light hand. You don't want to go over with too dark of a hand because then you'll be able to see like the stark difference. You'll be able to see where you added that brown. Like you can kind of see it here. You can kind of see like, oh, she obviously just added that. I'm going to go in with that blending brush and blend it out a little bit. Now it's okay if it goes over the white, because guess what? We're gonna grab our crease brush and we're just gonna recut it so that it's nice and clean and that it has that stark contrast between where the white is and where that dark brown is. This is giving me a run for my money. Can't even lie. Okay. I'm gonna add the eyeshadow, then I'll fix that little brown piece. Let's do it on this side. You're starting in the tear duct. I don't have too much on this brush, so I can just go ahead and start cutting here. And I'm dragging it out along. As you can see, it's along the brown. The dark brown that we put first as that sketch. You don't really have to think too much of where am I leading my hand to cut this crease, because your eyeshadow is already in that shape. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. I'm gonna cut this just a little bit higher because it is higher on the other side. And I'm gonna go ahead and flatten this out. If one crease is cut higher than the other, you just cut the other one higher. That's how you do that. All about problem solving here. Yes. Yes, indeed. High as the other side. Yes. Yay. Perfect. I'm going to be taking this ColourPop E4 brush. I'm going to be going into that shade from the Lavish Quad, that cream shade here. I'm going to be patting, not swiping, but patting onto the lid. I don't really swipe too much with mattes. I'll leave that to shimmer, especially with something like a beige, because I want to build up that coverage. However, this eyeshadow is very, very pigmented, so it's like, I don't really need to pat too much, you feel me? Shout out color Raine. This is where we are. I'm going about 3/4 of the way out of the eye. And y'all already know I'm going to fix any light shade that goes over the dark shade in the crease. I like it better this way. It's easier to, I like going out the lines, that's not what I mean. But it's easy to clean up the light shade on top of the dark, rather than the dark shade. Now, getting a dark shade off of light is hard, but covering up that little beige that goes in the crease, that's nothing. I'll show y'all how I do it. Doing the same on the other eye. Okay, that was a bit much, sorry. Very nice. I'm gonna take that Angled Sample Beauty brush and a little bit of that dark brown and just go over where I just went out of browns. The key to this is to have a really light hand. You don't want it to be too dark. Okay, this is just the start. Now I'm going to be going underneath to that darker shade, that warm brown. And I'm going to go all the way out with it. In hindsight, I probably could have added some more concealer out here, but that's hindsight. I'm gonna pack on the color real good so it doesn't look so dark. And we'll clean up the shape after we do the liner. See that fallout? That's why I said in the beginning tutorial, do your eyes before your face. It's less than usual. Like, we just did a green eyeshadow look. It was also all black on, so check out that video. And that had a lot of fallout, and green is really hard to blend into your face. Orange can pair nicely with your blush. Like, orange you can blend in, but still. You may not want that in your under eye. I just fixed the shape a little bit, just a smidgen. And now I'm adding that warm brown shade. It looks much more brown in the pan. It's very, very like true orange on the eye. Okay, now I'm going to be taking a little bit of our warm shade and a little bit of our cream. I'm mixing them both together because this is what I'm going to put right here at the intersection line between the two. That's how I'm going to get that nice blend, so it doesn't just look like it's two shades starkly next to each other. Look like an ombre. I'm going to take this smaller brush. This is a BH Cosmetics 11 brush, and I'm going into that beige shade. And I just need a smaller brush to really get up here near the crease, because that big brush was a little bit large. It's good because it covered up the space nicely, but it's a little bit large for getting into this nice little area without getting all over my crease. Time to go to liners. I'm going to be taking the color Raine liquid lipstick in Truffle Raine. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand just like I do everything that I'm about to put on my eye, so that I can have control about how much I want on the eye and where. I'm going to be taking a ColourPop E30 brush, and I'm going to go right into that liquid lipstick. Surprise, surprise, this is going to be our liner for the day. Just like with the primer, I don't want too much, I don't want it to be too wet because it's gonna go everywhere, but I don't want it to be too dry either. Just wipe off some of this product and let's get into it. First, we're gonna draw one diagonal line out. Okay, walk with me. Then we're gonna go not to the tip of this line. We're gonna go about a centimeter down, and then draw the line towards the inner corner. That's gonna be your triangle, right? Okay, now we fill it in. Don't worry too much about the edge because we're gonna clean that up. I'm gonna bring it closer towards the center, not towards the tear duct, and there is our line. Oh, I like this. This line was way less headache than the last time I did this. Before this dries down, you're gonna get a small brush. You use one that you used from before. This is just a Morphe V300, and I'm gonna go into that dark brown that we used at the beginning of this, and I'm going to mattify the liner using this. Also, this will help us get a nice match for the crease. Brown. Yes, there we go. I mixed a little bit of the medium brown because the dark brown is a little bit dark. Yes. Okay, so now I'm going to take a makeup wipe. Another reason why you should do your eyes before your face. I'm going to take a makeup wipe, and I'm going to swipe at precision. I'll go back in later and add concealer in the sorts, but this is the easiest way to do it. See, look how nice and sharp. That's why I said don't even worry about the end of it, because we'll sharpen that later. But that is the eye. I'll show you how I'm going to do the inner corner. So I'm going to take this Morphe M131 and I'm going to go into that shade Sunset, that yellow shade from the Sunset Chic palette. And I'm going to go into the inner corner. Now, you may need to add some more concealer for this to really show up. Especially against those darker shades. I'm going to go a little bit on to the lid. Just a smidgen. If I went too far down, you already know what's coming next. Taking that brown, cleaning it up. Boom. So that is the yellow. I'm going to go clean up the under eye, do this liner, and then we'll be back for the lower lash line. Okay, so I cleaned up the under eye. Also added some highlight because those dark brown, that dark brown fallout kind of made a mess. So I added some highlight to distract you from that. I also took a Morphe M432, which is just a square brush right here, and went with a little bit of concealer along the edge of the liner. That's what's going to really give it that sharp look that you see here. I added my lashes. If you want to know how to put on lashes, I have a video for you. Boom, show up right in the cards, all about how I put on eyelashes. I also added some white to my waterline because I don't have anything black on that goes in my waterline. If you want to know how to do my waterline safety, what products you can use there, blah, 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 boom, it'll show up in the cards as well. Let's get to this under eye. I'm going to be taking this Color Raine Detail Shading Brush, and I'm going to be going right into that warm brown, I believe that's what I've been calling this shade. And then I'm going to just go right along the lower lash line. I'm going to take a little bit of yellow and that beige and fill in this part right here closer to the tear duct. So I'm really extending the yellow from the inner corner on to the tear duct. Now I'm going to be taking a Morphe M154 and going into this shade and a little bit of the beige. Get it off because I don't want too much. And then blending in the lower lash line. It's a pretty simple lower lash line today because we have a lot going on over the eye and with the blush and then the liner. So I think that this will really give the lower lashes a chance. Let's get into these lips. So I'm going to be going in with, of course, the Color Raine Liquid Lipstick in Truffle Raine. Y'all know I love a perfect match from my eyes to my lips. I'm going to be going over my lip line on both sides of my Cupid's bow. Your Cupid's bow is that V where your lips meet. So right here. And I'm going to fill that in slightly. I'm going down the bottom. Very nice. To fill in the lip, I'm going to be taking the Beauty Bakerie Bite Size Liquid Lipstick in For Real Dough, just like a nude. My other lip combos, I posted a new one this month, which is the Hot Pink. I've done natural, like nude lips. I've done red. I've done vampy, purple. So go check out my lip playlist for that. There we go. I'll add a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes, and then we're gonna go to the intro. Here is the final look. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you learned anything along the way, please give this video a like. If you loved watching a video full of all black owned brands, check out my last video, which is all black owned eyeshadow look, and it's green. It's lime green cut crease, really nice. I also did leopard print last year and like a soft glam brown eyeshadow look with a little bit of sparkle. So you have a couple to choose from. Check those videos out. Happy Black History Month. If you want to see more looks from me, you can check me out on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, all at Raggedy World, the same way it's spelled below. I originally did this look for my Q&A video, so check that video out that I posted last week. I'm on a 3 videos a week type of stretch, so stick around. Make sure you subscribe to see more videos like this. But yes, I did this in the Q&A. If you want to know more about me, go check out the Q&A. And I put this in my community tab. I'm like, y'all want a tutorial? And y'all say yes. So here I am delivering. Also follow me on TikTok at Raggedy Royal for all my bucket list series where I try all different cuisines, activities, challenges, axe throwing, all the foods ever. Got a spray tan like 2 weeks ago, so that was interesting. Got to post a video for that. A lot of stuff. I'll be running. I got a half marathon this month. So check that out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.